all he talks about when I see him now is Orhan. He remembers the old times, their youth, and what happened. And then he cries. What could have happened that was so bad to make an old man cry like that? Stella looked at her brother. I know, Spiros replied. I noticed it too and can't imagine. You've got to get him to talk about it. He'd tell you. He gave Stella a little smile. You're good at that. I've been thinking we should try and find him, bring the old men together. You're right, Spiros mused. Since Mum died, he talks about Orhan in the past a lot. Do you think he's a bit depressed? No, I don't think he's depressed. I just think he's very sad. And that's why I think we could try and find Orhan. You never know. He might still be alive. He's the same age as Dad, isn't he? Said Spiros, reaching for his glass of wine. 80-something isn't so old, especially for these old Cypriot boys. The next time Stella went to visit her father, he had just made himself a Turkish coffee and was about to carry it out to the garden. She let herself in and announced her arrival from the hall, hoping he could hear her. He was getting quite deaf these days, but since his hearing was apparently the only faculty that was failing him so far, no one was too worried. I hear what I need to hear, he would tell them. Yasu, Papa! She called out cheerfully. Where are you? She asked, much louder than usual. In here, in the kitchen. His reply came immediately. And no need to shout, the whole street knows you're here now, he added with a chuckle. The French windows leading into the garden were wide open, flooding the room with light, and Stella could see the newspaper spread out on the garden table outside where Lambros had been sitting. Come, I'll make you some coffee too, he said, putting down his cup and picking up the bricky to make another. You like it schietto, don't you? He asked and pulled a face. How can you drink it without any sugar at all? Far too bitter for me. But then you ladies are always watching your figures, he chatted on, glad to see her. Once again, Stella joined her dad in his fragrant summer garden with a plate of sesame biscuits she had brought from the Cypriot patisserie. Sitting down, she allowed him to transport her back in time to a world of people she could only imagine, yet which over the years had become as real as the world she lived in now. Cyprus, 1946. The light summer breeze carried the call for evening prayer over the rooftops along the narrow streets of Nicosia to the two young men's ears. Lambros and Orhan had been taking a stroll inside the walled city after studying all day when the muezzin's voice announced that the sun had started to set, so it was time for the faithful to remember Allah once more and make their way to the mosque for prayer. Is that the time already? Orhan turned to his friend, incredulous at how late it was. I thought it was much earlier, he added, as they turned left into a side street towards the mosque. It must be something to do with my stimulating conversation, Lambros said jokingly, or maybe because it's high summer. He looked up at the sky. I thought it was much earlier too. No matter where he was or with whom, the Turkish boy Orhan always observed the prayer 5 times a day. More often than not, the two friends were taking their customary stroll together when evening prayer was called. The Greek boy, Lambros, was always glad to accompany his friend to the mosque and wait outside, guarding his shoes while the other prayed. Although one was Christian and the other Muslim, the two young men shared a deep friendship based on mutual respect and love for one another, despite their different faiths.